Hey guys, what's happening? Chris here from Indie Farm Life. Sorry for my little hiatus. I know I've made couple cameos in some of Adam's videos, but been a little busy doing some other stuff. So today, well, we're going to be working on the pond again today. And originally thought we were going to have some rain. Didn't end up happening. Maybe this afternoon still. But the dump wagon, the Holmes dump wagon that we've been using to haul the dirt back to the new berm that we're building, needs some repairs. Some bushings need replaced on it, so I kind of scrambled around to find a few things to do this afternoon that I've been putting off kind of. And so I already graded the driveway, and next I'm going to actually grind some stumps. So I want to show you guys the stump grinder that we have, 3-point for the tractor. Let me show it to you. Alright, so the stump grinder that we use is the Woodland Mills WG24 stump grinder. So this is 3-point. It runs on any tractor, I believe over 25 PTO horsepower. Obviously the more the better. We bought this probably about a year ago. No, almost 2 years ago I guess it was. And we've ground probably 30 or 40 stumps with it. Haven't had to sharpen the teeth yet. A couple things I'll show you. So they do bolt on here. They're standard stump grinder teeth. But they all do bolt on and can come off for sharpening. I think when we go to sharpen them, we'll actually just take an angle grinder to them while they're on there to flatten that head of that off there. But let me show you a couple things about why we went with this stump grinder in particular. So first and foremost, it goes right on the tractor. There's no ancillary equipment we need to run it. It'll run on both the 4105, which is what I got hooked up to now, and the 4052R. It comes standard with slip clutch PTO, which is pretty necessary when you're running something like a stump grinder so you don't mess up your equipment. So it does have the legs to stand on when you're storing it, which is nice. I don't currently have it hooked up, but it is also compatible with the iMatch or any generic quick hitch 3-point system that you want to use. One other really nice thing that we liked about this is that this pivot right here, so as you're grinding a stump, and if you are moving too fast for the grinder, to help prevent it, this will actually swing, so it's really heavy. Try to get you, I can't even do it by hand, but it will swing out, and I will show you that here in a minute as I got this, when I have this camera on tripod. But basically this whole thing will swing out at that pivot right there. Kind of lets you know that you're moving a little too fast for the grinder, but it also helps protect your equipment too. A couple other things on this. I don't know that it's super useful and we've never really used it, but this right here is a mounting point if you want to put your chainsaw on here. So your chainsaw rests here, put the bar through there, secure it. We're not usually ever sawing and grinding at the same time. We do all our sawing and then come back and do all the grinding, so it's never been a real useful thing for us. Some people maybe. I guess it's a nice feature. Also has a spot for your manual there. We don't keep it in there. Just don't find that we have to reference it that often. So like I said, I've currently got it hooked up to my 4105. We've ran it on both tractors. This is one of those times where, and I think Adam will even agree with you, that it does work a little bit better on my 4105. And the main reason being is my tractor doesn't have as many features. Let me explain. So, never mind the block that's there attached to the pedal. That's for my wife when she bush hogs, and I haven't taken it off there. But the reason this works a little bit better on my tractor is that my pedals are fully spring actuated straight to the hydraulic system. And so what I mean by that is that when I push the pedal, underneath there's just a spring that pulls a lever that goes straight to the hydraulic system. So when I'm grinding, I get feedback. So if that pedal's harder for me to push, I know that tractor's having a little bit harder time pulling through that stump and I need to slow down. So it's way easier for me to monitor or kind of feather the throttle, if you will, going to a stump than it is for Adam. And the reason being is that his tractor is electric over hydraulic for the pedals. So when he pushes the pedal, it basically tells the computer to open up the hydraulic valve for the wheels to go. A little bit harder to feather when you're doing this because there's no feedback at all. You can't tell when the hydraulic fluid is building more pressure, and it's harder to press that pedal. So that is one reason it is better. The other reason is that, let me climb up here in the operator station, is that from back of my tractor, I can see perfectly right down through there to where it's grinding. So it's much easier for me to keep an eye on the implement than it is for him. On his tractor, back in here is where the fuel tank sits, so there's nowhere near as much visibility for something that low of an implement. So this is a win for the 4105, one of the few wins, usually, because his tractor is awesome. But thought I'd point those out, just in case you guys were looking at getting one of these and determining, you know, how it would work on your tractor. Like I said, it'll work on either one. It just is a little bit easier to use if your pedals are not electric over hydraulic. All right, let's see this thing in action. All right, guys, so that's the first stump. As you can see, we've burned on it a couple times. But now I want to get this rest of my yard here seated in with this area. So I'm going to show you this in action. It's going to go through this pretty quick. As you're going to see, what we'll do is we'll start on this side, back over, go forward, make multiple passes going deeper and deeper, and then we'll work our way across the stump like so. So hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget your hearing protection. Pretty awesome, huh? So as you can see, it does a pretty good job. And I could have gone a little deeper, but honestly don't really have a need. It's just gonna be grass. So all right, I'll show you guys one more. That'll work. Well, there it is, guys. That's the beast in action. That's our stump grinder here on the farm. Like I said, we find it pretty useful. It's nice to be able to just hook it up to the tractor and go grind a few stumps. You know, after you cut down a tree or two or 10 or 30, whatever. Sorry for all the wardrobe changes. I just didn't know which cutoff really was going to look best in this video. I settled on this one. I'm just kidding. I don't really care. All my cutoffs are pretty awesome. We just got rained out 3 days in a row here, which is not boding well for the pond. But we'll get her done. More to come on that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, keep checking back for more. Thanks, guys. Take care.